Hi, and welcome to Brush Tips with Cheri. Today, we are going to be painting this beautiful winter wonderland. So, we actually only use 4 colors today, and we're going to start with the moon and work our way into the sky, finish off the sky, do our landscape down here, which is the land, and then we're going to put our little trees in. Are you ready? All right, here's our paint palette. Our paint palette, super basic today, is white, black, bright red, and phthalo blue. Our brushes today are our Big Daddy. That's the one we always use, or your Big Mama. If you're a guy painting along with us, maybe you got a Big Mama there. We have this little baby square brush right here. And then our little tiny detail brush if we need it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this Big Daddy brush right here. We're going to work on the moon first. So we're going to pull some of this white and a tiny, tiny little pinhead of red. Move it over here to the white. We don't see how much I used a very little bit of white or red. That's what color it makes. So we want to add a bunch of white to this to make it really, really, really super light. We just want it to have a little bit of a shadow. Ready? So when you're making a circle, don't touch your canvas yet until you start to get into that good circular motion where you feel like you have a good circle, good pattern going. And then go ahead and hit it. I moved my canvas or my brush. Okay. Perfect. So I know it's hard for you to see at home, but once we start to get the other colors on, mine is so lopsided. It's hard to paint in an angle like that. Perfect. Just straighten out your sun or your moon. So for those of you at home, if you want, you could take like a lid to a cup or a lid to a Tupperware container, butter container, anything circle, and you can actually draw that circle on first if you need to. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some of that bright red. We're going to go right around this moon. So pretty. This bright red sky. All right. Whoop. Just make a little halo around the moon. It's okay if you go into the white. Okay? You can even add a little bit of white if you really want to, and then you'll have just a different shade of red going around it. Perfect. All right. So on here you see there's not a ton of red circle. It goes into the black pretty quick. We're also going to add a little bit of phthalo blue. When you add a little phthalo blue to red, it actually turns purple. That's where our phthalo blue is going to come in. Ooh, this guy needs wet. Let's get him nice and wet. Okay. I'm going to add a little white just to add that glow in there. Now this is a super easy painting. It's a fun painting because of the colors. And it's always fun to make a nice moon, you know? Perfect. Perfect. Hopefully it's not crooked. All right. Yours isn't crooked because you're looking at it straight on. Let's grab some of this blue, very, very little bit of blue. You can even mix it with the red before you mix it on the red on here. Just a couple little swooshes through here, okay? Perfect. Then you can take some of that phthalo blue, mix it with some of the black too. That'll be cool. Even grab some of the red. This will look really cool doing this. It just changes the shade of the black. Then I'm lightly gonna come around here. Don't be afraid to go into the red. It's okay. All right. Grab some more of that blue. Mix it with that black. Just keep adding it. So I'm going to have to look at this in a second to make sure it's going on straight. So for those of you at home, this is not even straight. For those of you at home, let's clean this Big Daddy off. When you're looking at it, it's okay to add different colors in to make it more round. It just adds like depth. And that's okay to do that, for sure. So all I'm doing is just rounding it all out by going around it. I'm losing my red quickly, so I'm actually going to stop doing that because I want to, I just did it again, because I actually want to bring in some more red. So I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just going to grab some solid black and bring some solid black and blue around it. And look at me, I'm not even doing my tops, my sides. Oh my goodness, my brain. Sometimes you got to give yourself a little pep talk. Sometimes you got to tell yourself to get your head in the game. Isn't there a High School Musical song that is that? Get your head in the game. I'm going to have to look that up because now I feel like that's in my head now. And I want to hear the song. All right. Yay! My whole life, like, whenever people talk to me and I have verses going on in my head, it's true. Like, listen to me say like 100 times. People will talk to me and I'm thinking of a song that might remind me of it. It's hilarious. Sometimes I just bust out in song. Okay, did I do this side? I sure didn't, but we're going to now. So this is important to paint your sides because when you paint your sides, you can actually hang it up without a frame. So when you have it hanging, all the sides are done and people see that it's all the way wrapped around. Let's give them a little bit more black. Put it along the bottom. And paint it. Perfect. So let me dry this a little bit so I can bring back in that red. I'm going to put up my sleeves a little just because I feel like it's getting everywhere. Look at it, I probably just got it right there. Okay, ready? Dry, dry, dry. So while I'm drying, or your painting is drying, this is the perfect time to take a little break, take a step back, look at your painting, see what you've done so far, see your creation, and add things where you need to add them if your painting is dry. Or just go let the dog out. See now, who let the dogs out? There's that song. All right, let it dry. Let it dry. Oh, Frozen 2 just came out, didn't it? I have not gone to see it yet. But I was thinking of doing like a blue background with snowflakes, like making bigger snowflakes. I think that would look pretty cool. So maybe that's a fun winter painting I'll do. If you paint along with us, please be sure to send it to our Facebook page, or you can even send it to the TV station and they'll post it. But it's super awesome to watch people paint along. We had a family paint along with us last week when we did our Thanksgiving one. So they painted all the turkeys the night before Thanksgiving and they shared it with us, and it was super cute. It was amazing and I loved it. It made my heart so big. So shout out to Stephanie and her family who got to paint with me in the comfort of their own home. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. And her sweet little daughters painted, and they're adorable. So I bet I know what's on their Christmas list. All right. Who knows? Maybe I'll show up at their house like, knock, knock, knock. Come on, let's paint together. They would probably freak out. Like a singing, we'll do a singing paintogram. I'll go there and just paint with them and sing. No? All right, so I'm gonna grab some more of this red here, just a little bit, pull it off to the side here. And I'm gonna throw it around the edge here. Kind of round this out a little. Almost like you're cleaning off your brush through this black, okay? I got some white in there too. I need to, I hate to do it, but I have to do this so that it's even. See where over here it was kind of blue? We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna let it dry again. Actually, I'll add a little bit of white in. This canvas is drying so fast, this paint, so random. Normally it doesn't dry that fast. So add this little bit of white in here. Oh, let's add a little bit of black over here. What about earworms? Speaking of singing, what about those earworms? Isn't that a weird, very weird saying for that stuff? So weird. Someone asked me yesterday why my paintings don't turn out the same when I paint them. And I told them because sometimes I'm doing other things when I'm painting a painting. Maybe I'm doing 3 or 4 different paintings. Sometimes I'm in a little bit different mood when I'm painting. So this all depends on where I'm at in my day is how my paintings turn out. It's pretty fun, pretty neat actually. So I'm gonna grab a big scoop of this red. I feel like I wanna bring in a lot more red through here. Just brighten this guy up a little bit. So I have a little bit of red left on my brush, and I'm actually going to take some of this white that I pulled off over here. But that's way too much. Let's go around it. Let's go around the outside. That made another song pop into my head. Let's grab some white. I feel like I've got a lot of red still on my brush, so real lightly make the moon again. Come back around. Zoop. I better let that dry. Make sure my circle is a circle. Let's double check that. Yeah, it's pretty close, right? Perfect. I love it. There it is. And it's okay to talk to your painting. It is. We determined that last week. Rinse that out real good. Get all that red out of there. So it's nice because you can rub the brush bristles on the bottom of the cup. That helps move the paint out of your brushes. So when you're cleaning your brushes, make sure you do that. It's all right to move your bristles. Just don't like bend them. Like sometimes people sit there, they'll bend them like that, and it's just not healthy for your brushes. So just be gentle with them. Okay. Man, I am loving this. We're going to let that middle part dry a little bit. We're going to take some of this blue and make like a little lighter bluish pink over here. Purplish pinkish. And I'm going to add just like this. Kind of like a wave. How far do we go up here? We go up pretty high. Hit your sides and hit your other side. If you want, you can hit your bottom for sure. Perfect. This one goes up pretty high too. It's kind of like rolling hills here. Some rolling hills. This paint's drying pretty fast. Pretty fast. Maybe that's the trick, heat. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. It's all right, we're gonna grab some white. All right. I don't know why this is down so. Oh, I see. That's the one that I normally paint on. Haha. I'm like, why is this down so low? Perfect. I love it. It looks Wonderlandish. Okay. So let's grab this squarish brush here. And let's start with these trees. First, I need some more white. Pour the white. I love these squirt bottles. Keeps your paints nice and dry with the lids. This one doesn't have a lid because one of my children ripped it off. And if you follow me on Facebook, you'll know which one it was. Our sweet little Nico. Okay, so let's start with this far tree right here, and we're just going to put a line like that. Then we're going to put a longer one, and then go back and forth, a little bit longer each time, a little bit shorter. Real quick, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. How's that? Let's go right back over that again. Perfect. How's that? Tree number 1. Let's add tree number 2. Same deal. Going back and forth. Perfect. We're going to add another layer and a little bit sharper top out there. The top. Who else? Does anyone have their Christmas tree up yet? I do not. Look at it, it's like I was the electrical company and I came and cut the tree around wires. Look at that. We got to bring that guy over here. It's okay to make our trees touch. That's how we pollinate. Right? They like to touch. They like to be friends. Especially in the cold winter. Let them touch if they need to touch. It's okay. All right, how about this? Oh, you know what? Let's add a little bit of white here. Just use this little guy real quick. It might not be real quick. We're running out of time. Perfect. Just add that little shadow. That's nice. Let's wet this brush a little bit. Let's get this on there. There we go. Finish this guy up. All he needed was a little bit of water and white paint. Perfect. No, it's not. Look at it, it's crooked. Oops. I cannot make a circle for the life of me today. Doggone it. Let's do this. Stop messing with me. The moon is being crazy. How's that? Good? Perfect. Let's get this guy and finish up these trees. Ready? Another little cute tree right here. Let's do another one right here. Oh, we almost made him. It's got a little red in him. That's okay. We're going to grab some more white. And you can make as many trees as you want. If you only want a couple, only make a couple. It's okay. Perfect. Let's add another big guy over here. Back and forth, all the way to the bottom. Okay? I know, I make it look so easy, right? It is pretty easy here. Whoops, whoops, it's okay. Let's grab some more white. Just add it right on there. Perfect. Almost like quick Z's. Z, 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 Z. And one more over here. Let's throw some white in this. One more right here. Let's throw some white in here. And our trees are pretty much done. Let's add a little bit more white to this guy here. Perfect. Now we're going to take the back of our brush, flip it over, and this is how we're going to do our stars. So boom, boom, boom. Dip it, boom, boom. So on here I have a couple shooting stars. All you do is go like that. Get a good amount on there. Round it off. Do that here. Do some stars. Do this, 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 this. There we go. This is how we do it. There's another song. Now everyone has these songs stuck in their head. Haha. Add a little guy down there too. Couple over here, couple over here, maybe one over here. Perfect. There you go, friends. How stinking cute is this painting? I'm super excited to see all of your paintings. So if you want to, you can take your brush again and you can just quickly spread out some of these stars to give them that Halley's Comet kind of look, right? Perfect. I'm going to create a little halo here. And we're going to grab our little tiny baby brush right here, little baby one. Dip that right in that white. Come down here. Actually, We're gonna get a little black on there, huh? Since we have a white bottom. And go ahead and be the amazing artist that you are. Sign your painting and own it. And just like that, friends, you have yourself a winter wonderland. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.